Bonjour et bienvenue sur Lloydophilia. Hey friends, Romain here from Lloydophilia, and I'm joined today by not one but two people for big heavy hitter spoiler reveal. It's very exciting. I have to tell you guys, I'm extremely excited about this one. It's by far our biggest spoiler since we started our channel a year and a half ago, and that's why I asked my friend Iko to join me. You might have seen him cast the French nationals with me last year, but he's basically the guy behind the scenes for us. He's helped us tremendously with making sure that we could still deliver regular content to you guys. But hey, Iko, how are you? I talked too
Oh,
much
hello.
already. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. I am
So,
less excited than you for the card, but well,
less? Come on.
yes, it's
No
not
way.
my class. It's
Yeah,
not my
it's okay. Yes, that's an indication already of the class, and now an
exactly.
indication of where we're going with the card. Because
Exactly. Yeah.
you're a big illusionist player, mainly a
Yes.
prism player. Okay, so it's not a
Yes.
prism card. That's an
No.
indication already. But we're doing a big, we're revealing a big card in this video, and we'll do it in several stages. But the first thing I want to check out with you is a very important one. It's very important to me, and for a lot of people also it's very important because it's the name of the artist. And yeah, there you go. So you can see it on the card. It's Isuardi Tarianto. And would you believe it? Isuardi, the big reveal is here. Is our special guest for this reveal. Hey Isuardi, it's an honor to have you here today. How is life on the other side of the world? I think you live in Jakarta, right?
Uh, Hello,
Yeah?
everybody. Yeah, I'm not really in Jakarta.
Oh,
It's like 2 hours drive from Jakarta.
okay.
It's like a small town.
But you live in Indonesia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I live in
Okay.
Indonesia.
So it's amazing to have you here today. Are you happy about doing a card reveal? I don't know if you've already done one of these.
Yeah, this is my first time,
Awesome.
like, being a part of card reveal.
Is that?
Very excited.
Have you seen the actual card itself, like the final version of the card?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
So,
Oh, okay.
for some of you who might not know everything about Ishwardi's art, but he's worked for more than 3 years, I guess, for Flesh and Blood, and his art has been on some insane cards like Heroes, some like Arachne, for example, Brevant, Genis. He's done Shock Charmers, he's done Force of Nature, Rising Resentment, like very important cards in the metagame. He's done the Evo Breaker suit of cards for Bright Lights, which are like absolutely gorgeous. And last but not least, he's also done one of my absolute favorite cards in the game, Beacon of Victory. I think it's one of the first cards he's worked on because it was on Monarch back in the day. And oh yeah, and I almost forgot to talk about the new art on Ravnus Rabble. That's amazing. And by the way, it will be available at the calling in Queenstown this weekend. So yeah, lots of work already for Flesh and Blood, and it's one of the. I mean, you are one of the most recognizable names in Flesh and Blood, I guess. Do people talk to you a lot about your work on Flesh and Blood?
Yeah, because I think I'm one of the artists that have really a lot of cards to do.
Yeah.
Like Federico and Carlos Cruchaga. I think the two is the artists that have the most cards on the entire game. It's like 70 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people talk to me about the art and the process. Yeah, that's like my experience doing the work for LSS.
And that's one of the questions that I want to ask you first is like, how does it work? How do you create a card like that? Like, do they send you like an outline of what they want to see in the card? Or do you just, they just tell you the name of the card and then you improvise? What's the process on some of these cards? And then we'll talk more in detail about this particular card. But what's the overall process for a card like that? For Flesh and Blood?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same like like other projects. So the art director give me the brief, and like uh they give me a description for the card. They actually have the big picture, and for like the more important card, like the hero cards, they even give me like the concept art, so I
Oh.
could
Oh, okay.
follow the character.
Mm-hmm.
But like the action cards, like that they didn't specify the characters. Like they give us artists like really freedom to do the
Okay.
artwork, and then we go back and forth.
Oh yeah, so it's a whole process. So you send them some sketches, I guess, or some
Yeah.
ideas, and then they come back to you with more information.
Yeah, first like I give you this rough sketch like lines or black and white sketch like with some options like 3 or 4 options, and they will choose like which sketch that really depict the cards really well, and then we gonna develop the sketch and add more colors until finish, and yeah, at the finish.
How long does the process take usually? Like start to finish, how long does it take to work on a card like that? I guess it depends on the card, obviously, and so for the heroes it might be longer. But what's usually the process on a card like a card with a background and with some information about what's going on? Like
Yeah, it varied varies like the fastest like a week, like the longest maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
oh
Like
Okay.
yeah, I'm
And
sorry.
how much time do you have to wait for to finally see the cards after the order?
I didn't they didn't give me the final card picture to me.
oh, and
Ah,
you
okay.
So
you don't know when it's gonna be released actually.
yeah, I didn't know what the cards does. I didn't know the rarity. And even they can like change the title of the cards. So mainly only illustration. Uh,
Oh.
Okay.
mm.
And yeah, but one of the questions I wanted to ask you is like for this particular card, when was it ordered? Like for example, like we won't talk about all the details about the card because it would spoil it too early. But when was this one like decided and when did they commission it? Do you
They
remember?
give me the. Uh, I have the archives. August. Uh,
Oh,
like in August,
August.
August
Okay.
2023. But I don't like continuously work for a month for this card because there's time when I submit the work in progress, and I have to wait maybe like 1, 2, 3 days, maybe a week and two
oh yeah.
weeks while I do another cards. So yeah, so the duration is a month, but not like continuous work.
Hmm. So yeah, I guess we can just start talking about the card itself now. So what we're gonna show you and Eco, I think you can like start revealing some parts
Yes.
of the card. We're gonna talk about the artwork with you, Iswardi, and we can see on this one like first the background of the card. What was the commission for this one? We can see in the background there's a shield, there's some
Yeah.
weapons.
Ropes.
Yeah, we see that we're
It's like
in
in a
a tent.
tent.
First description is this is gonna be Kasai's armor. Uh,
Oh, so that's the first
uh,
information they give you.
this is the first information.
Oh,
This is,
so that's
Okay.
crucial information. Yeah.
yeah. So I have to start from there.
So you had information what the new Kasai will looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already developed the character, and then yeah, they give me the armor.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. And so yeah. So what was the process? How do you approach it? Like you say, okay, so it's gonna be DCO. She needs to be in a tent because she's fighting with the band of outlaws and she's going all over the country and fighting. Or what's the did you have any additional information to work on?
Uh, the additional information is just like make the armors like fit for uh female
Mm-hmm.
female, but uh I don't know. But later they changed the description, like they changed the lore. So this is not a Kasai armor. Uh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
uh,
It
at
used to be
first
a
they
Kasai armor and then they
Was
changed it.
planned
uh,
to. Okay.
and then
Oh.
they changed the lore.
But
Like any
for the background, you were you choose to display a tent in the desert, and
yeah
Okay, so you were, for the background, you were inspired by the art of Young Kasai mostly, I guess.
Yeah, because like Kasai have like desert theme.
Yeah.
So I put like inspiration from maybe like Babylonian or Assyrian Empire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I put like draperies and tent
Okay.
and another element that you will reveal later.
Is that like was the theme of the set like Heavy Hitters? It's supposed to be happening in the deathmatch arena. Was it present at any point during the process of creation of the art?
Um, Not in here particularly,
Mm-hmm.
but when I but when they give me this card, they also give me the card for about the brief for Hold'em and the starting stake. So like for that card, for those card, it's like happening in the arena. So I have to like include the elements of the arena. But for this card, they didn't they don't give me they
Okay.
don't give me the instruction to implement the arena element.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we can reveal another aspect because you mentioned it a little bit earlier, but there's some snakes in the art. Around the armor, we see like 3 snakes. Why? What are they doing here? What's the reason behind them?
I did like several sketches. This one is when I implement like animal elements. So like the other in this sketch particularly, I add animals for animal element. I want to choose like spider, but spider is like synonymously attached with the pit, so I can use spider.
Mm-hmm.
I
Ah,
can scorpion is too similar and spider, so I choose snakes
okay.
because it's really put well with the theme, I think.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
works well with the theme
exactly.
of the desert
So there
Yeah.
warrior.
was no indication from LSS to add specifically snake. It was
Yeah.
more one of your idea. Okay. Ah, that's great.
But
That's a
it's fun
very
because
nice
now,
touch.
yeah, but now this art, this particular piece of armor, it's like in the lore, it's gonna be like related to snakes and to this idea. So you've participated in a way
Oh,
in the lore of the game, I guess.
maybe because I use the snakes that and about they don't they don't like they don't like I mean like how would I say it? Maybe the first brief it's armor for Kasai, but because I use snake and this is not Kasai characteristically, so they changed the
Yeah.
lore. So
Yeah.
this is not Kasai's armor anymore.
Uh huh. But I
Maybe
mean, now
that's
we
the
can.
reasoning.
Yeah, but let's look at the piece of armor itself now. You can reveal it, Eco, and yeah, it can fit on Kasai actually. It wouldn't feel out of place on Kasai if you put that armor on her. It would work very well with the overall aesthetics of the character, right?
Yeah, because I this is not a heavy armor,
Mm-hmm.
so it's pretty like fit well with female warrior.
Yeah, with an agile
That's the
warrior. Mm-hmm.
that's the initial brief. So yeah, I think this I have that in mind when I doing the artwork.
And for this particular piece of armor, did you take any inspiration for like traditional armor from some some antique warriors? I don't know what. Did you look at some particular pieces of like art or equipment from old civilizations to get some inspiration?
This particular one is not.
Okay.
It's really like a purely fantasy armor. Okay. Like the other option I drew for LSS, like they're really like more realistically and like historically inspired. But this one is really like just fantasy armor. I think like whatever look cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so you choose to do asymmetric uh, asymmetric armor with
Yeah.
only one shoulder protected and the other one with the scarf. So it's just because it looks cool that you did that, or it's because of the orientation of the picture as well, because we can see more clearly
Mm,
the left shoulder. So is it something you are thinking about it when you draw, or is it more like okay, this is cool, I will keep it?
yes. I intently doing asymmetrically because in my early development as an artist, especially when I learn about concept art, the one thing that they always tell us new artists is like, don't use a symmetric design. It's too boring. Uh, you should you should have like symmetric balance with asymmetric design. That's the
Okay.
goal. The composition has to be balanced, like so it look like symmetric, but the design is asymmetric. That's what I intend to do.
Okay.
That's very interesting. And now we can talk about the title of the card, the name. Because I don't know if they told you about the name of the card. It's called Grains of Blood Spill. So there's also the theme, and we mentioned that it was a Kasai armor. So at some point during the development, so there's the blood theme that's been present in Kasai for a long time, like blood on her hands. So did the name of the card give you an indication at all, or did it help you to find some inspiration for it?
Oh, to be honest, when I do this illustration, I don't really have like a deep knowledge about Kasai's lore. So I don't know there's a card that this about her specialization, like the bloods on her hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't implement any blood in this artwork.
But did you have the name of the card? Did they tell
Yeah,
you it's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
called Grains of Blood or Blood Spill?
yeah. They give me the grid of blood. Like when they tell me that I should I should use sand element, but a red sand.
Oh.
Oh,
So
okay.
the grain of blood is the red sand around the environment. So I need to implement that, but it really makes me confused because I don't know how to implement the sand. It's the armor gonna be dusty,
Mm-hmm.
like with the red sands or something. So maybe the card it doesn't shows the red sands because it's in the bottom area.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the extended card it shows a little.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, there's gonna be an extended version of the card because some
Maybe,
cards,
yes.
yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the actual extended art, by the way. We only have like the main art for the card that's gonna be released in the normal version. So I guess we can reveal now that it's gonna be a legendary equipment. So the people that are watching us right now don't know what the card does, but it's a legendary equipment. So it's a very special piece of equipment, and it's very important in the like for the game itself. Usually the legendary cards are a bit stronger in terms of power level. Does it change anything for you when you designed a card that's like the game itself says it's legendary, so you have to add something that's makes it legendary in a way. What does it change for you when you know that it's gonna be such an important card in the game?
Yeah, they didn't even tell me that it's gonna be a legendary
Oh,
card. They just told me this is an important piece.
oh, so they told you it was
Uh,
important
Okay.
then.
yeah, but I think like they tell me this is gonna be important piece. So please do this little more with little more effort. But
Okay.
uh, but I give like maximal effort for every card. So
Yeah, that's it.
I so I don't know yeah, that doesn't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, I
Everything.
can't do more than what I do already, I guess.
Yeah. But if they tell me it's gonna be legendary, maybe I'm gonna be more excited to do it. But they don't tell me
Oh
that
yeah,
it's
so
gonna be a legend.
So until we talked about it like today, you didn't know that it was a legendary, or maybe I mentioned it when we
Yeah, when
when you made sure that we can have this conversation. So, but you didn't
yeah,
know it was a legendary actually then.
yeah, they didn't give me any rarity for every card.
Okay. So
Maybe that's because like I think because if an artist like uh create such an like an awesome artwork and they see like initially it's gonna be a common card, but the art it's too good. Maybe
yeah.
this artist is it's
Ah,
really show like his or her effort. This illustration, maybe we should give a better rarity for this card. Maybe like that.
Mm.
Uh,
But you play the game now. You told me that you play casually, but you play the game.
yeah, I start to play the game when Outsiders release.
So you know that a piece of equipment that has a block value of 2 is huge in this game. And it does. And this card does. So we can reveal it now. But it's a piece of equipment with a 2 block value.
so
Yeah, I know. Especially when it's have Battle Worn.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, on this one, it doesn't have Battle 1, so we can reveal it now. It has Temper. So it's,
uh,
yeah, it's a special. Well, I think Battle 1 would make it too strong because we're gonna reveal the text of the card soon, and it probably would be like the one of the best pieces of equipment in the game, like by far. If it was probably the best piece of equipment for warriors by far, if it had Battle 1. I think you agree, Ko?
yes, yes. Well, I think it's already strong.
It's already very strong, yeah. It has temper, so you can only block twice with it, and then it's gonna disappear. It's
Yeah.
destroyed. But it's, yeah, that's this 2 block means that you can block once and then keep it for its effect, and that's very relevant for a card like that. So now we're gonna reveal the text
The
of the
text,
card because
yes.
yeah, I mean I think this interview has been long for lots of players that are expecting to see what it does. And then we're gonna talk a little bit more about the card and the art, Ishwardi. But yeah, let's reveal the text. Whenever a weapon attack you control hits, you may pay 1 resource, and if you do, you create a Vigor token. So a Vigor token means that at the beginning of your next turn, you're gonna get 1 resource. And it's very important in Flesh and Blood because sometimes you have lots of blues in your hand and you don't really know what to do with them, especially when you're playing a warrior. It can be Kasai, it can be Dorinthia. It's probably a bit less relevant for Boltin. But we know that it's probably gonna matter a lot for Olympia also. So it means that you can have like stock resources for later turn and have a stronger turn later down the line. And it's very interesting and it's a very nice way to move things in the right direction to have more resources for warriors, I think.
Yeah, to force the blocks for of the opponent.
Yeah.
To cycle your turn with too many blues as well. So no, it's a very strong card.
Yeah, because the other card that you used in the slot usually was Courage of Bladehold, but you have to destroy it to use the effect, and it means that your sword attacks get you pay 1 less for each sword attack. So usually it means that your sword attacks are free, but in this one it's gonna give you resources to do something other than pay than attack with your sword. So it's very interesting and it's very neat designed by the design team to make sure that it had something of value to the warrior cards and to the warrior class without making all the other cards that you can play in this slot irrelevant.
Yes, it's the previous armor was more like preparing a grand finale.
Yeah, a combo
And
card, a combo piece.
yes, and here it's more like each turn I can do stuff, so be careful.
So this art, I mean, you when you're working on the art, you don't know the text of the card, right? You don't know what it does.
I don't know. I feel bad because this interview, I didn't play Warrior.
But you
Yeah,
feel like
No,
you
I-
have to now.
Control.
I have to.
It is a very strong card, and I think it's gonna be one of the most important cards of the set. I mean, we haven't seen all of them, but seeing the power level of this one, it means that the warrior class is gonna be able to do lots of things differently, and it's gonna have way more flexibility in what it does. Is that something that means something to you, to have like an important card? I guess you have some other important cards that in your portfolio for Flesh and Blood. Lots of your cards are used in very big and relevant decks in the metagame. Like we've talked about Rising Resentment, that was a card that was played in the deck that won the national championship, for example. And Ravenous Rabble is a very important card, and you've seen the reaction, I guess, on social media of people like going crazy wanting to get it, but it's gonna be very hard to get it if you don't live in New Zealand. So it's like, I guess it has to feel good when you see the reaction of players and of the people that are fans of your work.
Yeah, I think it's like really cool if I get like cards that really great in the meta, because people will like people also like want their card signed by me
Yeah.
for some reason. So yeah, and for a high rarity card like legendary card, like Shock Charmers and Nasret the Soul Harrower,
Mhm.
they like LSS always give us artist proof. You know,
Yeah.
the card with the blank page that
Mhm.
like people can commission us to sketch on the back. It's really sell well if the rarity is really high, like legendary card or majestic card or hero card. I think this is really exciting for us, for me to get to get legendary card. Uh, and it is really cool if this card work well in the meta, because and it will gonna release the cold foil version, I think, because it's legendary.
Mhm.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
gonna
Yes.
it's gonna look very cool in Cold Fall. I
Yes.
can tell you already. I wanna have this one.
And they will give me a copy of the cold foil one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so.
They have to.
Oh yeah, they will.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because for every other card they will give the artist the copy for the like the cold foil or rainbow foil
Mhm.
for the card. And when you mentioned the art for the promo for the new Ravenous Rival,
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be available for the Hartford, Khalid Hartford in the US also.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not only in New Zealand.
Okay. So yeah, you
Uh.
can get it at the Calling in Hartford. I think it's in Connecticut in the US. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that one. But yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I think we've taken a lot of your time, Iswardi. So it was very nice to be able to talk to you about your art, your amazing artwork, and this especially nice piece of art for the Grains of Blood spill. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer all these questions. Maybe now is the time for you to tell us where we can see you on social media, where we can buy your stuff, your artist proof, or maybe you can buy like posters of your art, or is there any way to buy more like for the fans, where you can buy more of your stuff?
Yeah, you can reach me on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
on X.
Yeah, X.
My handle is Ijur, IJVR.
Okay, we're gonna add it in the description.
Yeah, we will.
So people
We will
can
add everything
find it.
in the description with all the
Yeah.
link. Yes.
Yeah, if you want to request artist proof, you can DM me. My DM always open.
Okay.
For other merchandise like art prints, I didn't set up shop yet. But
so we have to meet
yeah.
you at a convention, or maybe at a calling, or at a Battle Garden.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at Battle Harden Manila this
Oh.
February.
There you go. When is it exactly?
I think it's early February, like 5th,
Yeah,
maybe.
it's
Yeah.
on it's 2nd to February 4th, so like
Yeah,
first
yeah.
weekend of February.
Yeah. First weekend of February.
Well, it was a very nice moment. Thank you so much, Iswardi, and we hope to see more of you and more of your art in the coming sets. We're gonna definitely have an eye out for the next heroes because I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have a hero soon. I hope so.
Yes,
Yes.
I hope so too.
Fingers crossed. Thank you so much, my friend,
Thank
and
you very much.
and talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.